Let's get into some shite. Hello, folks. Welcome to the Out of Tune Podcast. How you doing out there? How you feeling? Do you feel new? Do you feel refreshed? Are you a brand new person here in January 2025? I don't know. I kind of feel the same. Don't you think? It's nice having a new year, but I don't know. I think I'm kind of the same person. But I like having the new year. What did you do? How was your holidays? Shall we get into it? Let's get into all of that kind of stuff. First of all, hello. I as you know, I talked about doing a show for Christmas, and I just got so busy I couldn't do it. And my wife and I went out of town. I want to talk about that a little bit. We had a great little adventure. But the holidays were kind of fun this year. I really didn't think they were going to be. I thought they did go fast. It just sped through like I'm doing on my monologue here, just so quickly. I think that happens as you get older. I remember when I was a kid, my grandfather once said, because I think we were complaining how it just takes Christmas forever to get here. And my grandfather said, when you get older, it goes by really fast. And I don't think there was no way we could know that, right? Now that I'm here, I will say the same thing my grandfather said. In fact, it keeps going faster and faster and faster. And it just seems like yesterday was Halloween, and then the next day was Thanksgiving, and then Christmas. And now we're basically just climbing right over the new year. But that's it, right? Is this what we get to look forward to? I got a book of essays. I can't remember what it's called. Something about essays after 80 or something like that, written by Donald Hall. Definitely worth reading. I think you can get it online, Kindle, maybe. And it's essays about getting older. Now, I'm not obsessed with getting older, but I don't try to hide it. I don't try to hide from it. And I know when you're in your 20s or 30s, you don't have to think about it that much. And not everybody gets out of their 20s and 30s. You're lucky if you do, in a way. But I don't know. You start getting in, and I'm over the middle-aged years, and you start getting up there, and you start kind of being aware that you are getting up there. I don't feel like I'm an old person. I still feel really young, but when I think about it, I don't have a lot of time to do things. And but anyway, so I'm reading this book of essays by Donald Hall, who at one point was a poet laureate, is that right, of the United States. And this book is not poetry, though. It's essays. And he talks about life when you turn 80. And it's all my fears. It's everything I knew was going to happen. I don't know. It's a beautiful book, but it's also a scary book. And he just talks about how you kind of just become invisible to society, and people treat you like just strange. And he talked, he used examples about, like, so this guy's like he's a name. He's got a nationally known name. He was talking about going to a museum, the National Museum in Washington, and he was in there, and somebody saw him. He was in a wheelchair, and somebody saw him looking at a sculpture, and the guy comes over and starts kind of just really talking down to him, explaining who the artist was and what he meant and what the sculpture was. And he said he was doing it almost like he was a child, right? And he was like, what this guy didn't know was that guy was one of my best friends at one point. I knew him really well. And I could have told him everything that he told me and more. But you start getting treated like that. And some of the anecdotes that he talked about aging and just people in his family aging, it's my worst fears. I do think, I think as an artist, and he talked about that. He was a poet. He was one of the poet laureates of the United States, and he can't do poetry. He's dead now, but he couldn't do poetry toward the end of his, because the mind wouldn't work. He couldn't make the word connections. He couldn't be clever in his words, like my podcast. So I don't know. Is this what we have to look forward to? I don't want to start on a depressing note, but you got to face reality sometimes. You got to look. You got to be aware, know what's coming over the hill. But I do want to say this: do fun stuff. Just have fun. All right. So we have a new year here, right? And give us an opportunity. Are you a resolution person? Do you do New Year's resolutions? I used to be really big into that. I used to do it a lot. And I gradually stopped because, well, number one, I realized I didn't do them. I didn't stick with them. And so the resolutions, it'll take me a few months, and then I quit. And then I feel bad. And at the end of the year, I still feel bad. And I'm embarrassed. And I'm like, okay, I didn't do it, right? So I don't like to make a lot of resolutions just because of that very reason. But I have made some goals this year, and I think that's a better word instead of resolutions. I don't want to say I resolved to do something, because I might not do it. But I do have a goal to do some things. And I want to be healthier this year. I just feel like I want to stick around for as long as I can. So to do that, I need to be healthier. I need to eat better. I need to, I'm going to start exercising, people. Holy crap. I'm just not an exercise person. I can't stand the sweat. I hate it. But I'm going to start doing it every day. I'm going to walk 30 minutes a day. I've heard that if you do that, at the end of the month, you won't believe the change in your body. So I'm looking forward to that. We'll see. I'm going to do it, though. All right. So, and then I want to keep it up. I need to come up. I don't want to do something that's just going to be like a quick solution or just I want it to be like a lifestyle change. So that and eating better, and I've been working on both of those for quite some time now. I have a physical on Monday. I'm not looking forward to it. I think I'm going to get in trouble. My doctor is going to yell at me. I almost canceled my appointment because I was so afraid of it. I got a lot of anxiety about that appointment, and but it's coming up. So podcast Monday, we'll see. Maybe if I'm not depressed, it could be that we'll do that. All right. But anyway, I had a great holiday. I mean, it was good. Christmas was great. I didn't think it was going to be. I really just thought it's coming too fast. It's just I'm not gonna like it. I'm not gonna see it. I'm not gonna enjoy it. I'm not gonna experience it well. But when it came around, it was good, and I had a good time, and it might be one of the best, Christmases that I've had. Every year, mostly every year, my wife and I go up to the mountains of North Georgia. We live in Atlanta, and we were in a little place up there. We just go every year. It's something different. I remember one year it was like within walking distance to a nudist colony. What are people doing nude on New Year's? That's cold. I don't want to be nude on New Year's. Not outside anyway. I don't know. Maybe they have indoor activities. I don't know. Maybe it's fun. I don't know. But there's a lot of stuff up there, a lot of wineries. So we went to a winery this time. But anyway, let me back up and just say we got us a cabin this time, went up there just like that's our Christmas present to each other. And so I have to say, maybe the best cabin we've done so far. I'm really impressed with it. And so the cabin was good. Not just that. Now, the cabin had 2 bedrooms. So, we could add guests up there, or a whole family could go up there. 2 bathrooms, 2 bedrooms, big living room, big kitchen, lot of space. And then the grounds were gorgeous. I told my wife it reminded me of like an Appalachian Japanese garden. Appalachian Japanese garden is what it reminded me of. It wasn't Japanese, but it had kind of a mountain feel to it, but it also had that kind of Asian feel to it. Beautiful grounds, and it was a lot. You could just walk the grounds. It was pretty cool. So we had a good time. We took our puppies up. 2 dogs. They had a fantastic time, and we liked it. Maybe could be the best cabin experience we've had. And then when we left, we rented it again for later this year, maybe next year, or like next New Year. So anyway, so don't try to get it on New Year because it's ours. Community was nice. This place is Hiawassee, Georgia. If you've never been, it was like, I don't know, 10 minutes from civilization. You feel like you're very remote, but you're not so far out that you can't go to the grocery store or restaurants. There's some cool restaurants. There's a brewery or two up there. And we did visit a winery, bought some wine. We got a flight of wine. Now, you know, I'm not into wine. I don't care for wine much. And my wife got a flight of 4 wines. I got a flight of 4 wines and didn't like them. I couldn't get into them. Didn't like hers, didn't like mine. I did find out of those 8 wines, I think there were 3 I could tolerate. One was an apple. It's like apple cider, really. It was a wine that was apple cider, and I could drink that whole bottle. And then there were a couple others that were okay, a little bit sweet. Okay, but I just didn't like the rest of them. But we did buy a bottle. My wife loves wine. And but it was a fun experience, right? And didn't try the brewery. I don't know. The brewery might have been good. Maybe next thing I could do beer. But we cooked and we watched movies and we did not do the countdown. We snored through it. But yeah, so I highly recommend this cabin. I'm going to do a review of it and put it online because people need to know about it. It's a great cabin. If you're in the area, if you live in the Atlanta area, the Georgia area, the southern Tennessee area, I don't know, even North Carolina, whatever. If you're in that kind of area, and you want a place to stay, just get in touch with me. Send me an email. Say, tell me how I can get, I can rent this cabin. And I'll send you the contact information. And I highly recommend it. I got some great photos. Maybe I'll post a few of them. So anyway, that's what we did for the holidays and had a great time. What did you do? Did you get anything good? Presents? Gifts? Did you give anything good? So I just feel like at this point, I'm taking it easy here. Just kind of, it's part of my plan for the new year. Relaxing more, doing some meditation in a lot of different ways. I'm not going to go into that here. It's kind of a personal thing, but I'm trying to experience life, slow down a little more, savor the moments. That's kind of my goal. My goal, like I said, to be healthy. My goal is to try to be, I want to say nicer to people. I don't think I'm not nice to people, but I want to be more open, and I would like to listen more. I would like to receive people more. Does that make sense? I can be... I think we live in a society where we've been sort of taught to just delete people from our lives. You know, it's like pushing the unfriend button if we don't agree with them. And I do that. I do it a lot, I think. So I kind of want to try to stop. I want to try to experience other people more, listen to people. I don't have to agree with them. Just listen more if I can. Some people don't deserve you to listen. They don't deserve your presence. I understand. Mean people who suck, people who are mean and try to be mean to other people. I don't know. I'd rather just dismiss them. But you know, people just sometimes they don't agree with the same thing that you agree with. They have different point of view on anything from religion to politics to just life in general. You could learn from them. Let's see if we can learn. That's sort of what I'm trying to do this year. And it's weird because my wife kind of has the same goal. We were talking about that when we were up there. Just we both said this is what I want to do for 2025. And yeah, we found out we kind of have the same goal. And then we both decided we're doing this. I'm calling it 25 and 25, where we lose 25 pounds in 2025. I want to lose more, but 25 pounds, good goal. So I got that. And just do more art. I'm trying to do that. So here's my challenge to you. Find an art. I don't care what it is. I don't care if it's music. I don't care if it's writing. I don't care if it's painting. I don't know. You don't even have to do it to where other people see it, I suppose. But find an art form. Find something you're good at. Making, sewing, quilting, cutting hair. That's an art, right? Carpentry, sculpture, photography. We all have phones, right? Figure out a way to become more of an artist this year. I think that's my challenge to you. You don't have to quit your job, still keep your job, but find a way to be more artistic and share your art with other people. We all want to see what you do. We want to see your point of view. We want to see what you think is great, beautiful, inspiring. So, can I challenge you to do that? If you do it and you want to share it, you can share it on the show. Just get in touch with me. You know how to get in touch with me, right? Get in touch with me and share it, please. I spent most of the time that I was up there. I didn't intend on spending all that time, but I did. I spent a lot of time while I was up there kind of updating my personal website, which is going to be my hub for a while. I'm backing off social media. I'm backing off Facebook and some of the other, I don't know, they're toxic. And I need more of a creative outlet. And so my personal website, rickbaldwin.com, is where I'm going to be doing a lot more writing, maybe photography, possibly, but definitely writing and cartooning and things like that. I'm going to be posting them there and just hopefully do some stuff to entertain people. It's free. You can stop by and read if you want to. I wrote some poetry. I'm planning on writing a lot more poetry this year. So yeah, I'm challenging you. Let's do it. Look, so resolutions, the whole New Year's resolutions is kind of silly, but the idea of it is kind of cool. So there's no such thing really as New Year. That's all conceptual, right? The time just goes on. It's always now. So there's no magic thing about a new year, but it's a good time to kind of use that time to start over on certain things, to put certain things away, even though, it is conceptual, but just use it. Pretend like it's real. Pretend like it's a good new start, because every day is a new start, really. But it helps to have something that you can kind of mark something by, and to say, I started at the first of this year doing something, that kind of means something. That can kind of, it can kind of give you a goal, and can kind of give you a sense of completion, or it can kind of give you a way to decide you're going to finish, right? Start and finish. So think about it. Think about starting something this year. Think about it. If you fail, okay, who cares? Start again. But think about doing something that enhances your life, enhances other people's lives as well. I don't know I have no idea what this year is going to be like in any way, society, politically, just how we interact. I don't know what the country's going to be like. We got entire new political system coming in. So who knows? I don't, but I'm going to say, ignore it. Just do your own thing. Inspire people. It's a good time to start 2025, a year of inspiration. Do it with me. I'm doing it. Let's do it together, okay? I do plan on writing a lot more poetry. I want to write a lot more stuff this year. I'm looking forward to it. I have lost a lot of inspiration toward the end of the year. I didn't paint a lot. I wanted to, but I could not get anything working. The inspiration had just left me. But I feel like some of that's coming back. So I'm looking forward to that. And I think now, just start small, right? Just use it as a whole new thing. And here's the thing, the podcast, the last few months, I just had some difficulties getting some things going with the podcast. And a lot of it's personal issues, but I've overcome some of those. So I'm really hoping 2025, new season of the podcast, got some new ideas. So I'm going to do that. Maybe it's the time when you start your podcast or stop your podcast. Should I stop mine? Don't answer that. Yeah, it's a good time to kind of reflect on your life. You're not getting any younger. I'm getting older. I just know I'm getting older. There's going to come a time when I can't do things. I can't start things. Maybe I'll be in a wheelchair. Maybe I'll be dead. I don't know. Maybe I'll be in bed. Can't move, can't do things, can't think anymore. And I'm not joking about it. I'm just saying it's going to happen to all of us at some point. We don't have a lot of time. Just take advantage of the time that you got, right? Make things happen. Make positive things happen. Make beauty happen. Create some art that's going to live and inspire people long, long, long after you're gone. If you don't do it, try it. Make it happen. All right? You got it? Hey, look, this is all I'm going to talk about right now. It's 2025. I did a short podcast. All right, people. I'll see you after my physical. Oh, no.